today I'm going to try something new a little bit, because you guys know that I've been working with paper dolls and that kind of thing. But I'm going to make card dolls using the pieces here that I have my patterns for the paper dolls. I have my head, I have the body, which I'm not going to use. I'm going to use the card for the body. I have, but I might use the body just to kind of range where I'm going to have the places pinned, so then I can know exactly where I want them. So that's what I'm going to use that pattern for, right there. So I'm just going to kind of dump out my pattern to the side here so I can see everything. I drew it all out. I had to put it up on my iPad and then draw it all out from there because I don't have a printer. But it works. You do what you gotta do. So I have my legs here. You guys can see them on the side here. I have the other parts of my legs here. So I'm gonna just show you guys the thighs, the legs, the arms, the lower. I have them in paper. First I did them on paper, and then I did them on the card, card, so then it could be, you know, tight or strong enough. My brain is not quite registering right now with what I want to say. So what I'm going to do is look for my example that I made myself, so then I kind of have something to look at all the time. So this is kind of what it's going to look like, except for it's going to have a card body. So now I just got to do whatever I want to do on these ATCs. See, I'm going to make them like an ATC card doll paper thing. So now I know I'm going to trace these out. So this is going to be my ATCs. So I'm just going to put that to the side. So I'm going to make these into like an ATC art type of thing. It's going to be interesting. So there's my pieces. I have my head, my body. This one I'm not using. I'm using the other one to punch the holes in my example. So what I did with this is I traced them out onto here, and then I'm going to use, of course the dogs have to start barking. I'm going to use my trusty pencil to trace all of So here I am with my pieces all cut out. Like I just have one doll particularly right now, cut out the limbs. And I have my cards taped up as I have in the past to make an easy page of ATCs. I have them taped up with just the Scotch tape here, and putting some gesso on, and that's it. I thought that would be fun. I don't want too much on. In fact, I have this stencil here, and this stencil, I've got some beautiful faces on, and I might just use it as this stencil here. Oops, I'm wiggling my camera. Laser Designs, and I'm just going to go over with my cloth and kind of dab some of, and rub some of the gesso off, and that's it. I'm just doing it just for a nice look. I'm kind of playing around, and that's about it really. And I keep moving the camera, sorry guys. I will not hit it with the gesso after this here, or I mean with the. So that's just a little fun something I'm doing there, just to add a little texture on the back that you can see. So just a little doing something. I'm just going to go to the side here, quickly wipe my stencil. I'll have to clean it off here. I just don't want to stay full of gesso. So it's just giving me a nice little, oh, I didn't even get some tape on that side there. But it's giving me a nice little, can you see that? Look. Of course, it's going to be cut up and not really seen, but you know, you see it there now, so it's pretty cute. It's pretty cool technique. It's pretty cool. So now I'm just going to throw a little bit of gesso on this side to lighten up the cards a bit, and it'll kind of straighten out some of that curve that's happening on there. So you guys have seen me do this before with different just scrap paints, and I was just kind of trying to make a fast and easy bunch of matching ATC cards. So I'm doing it again for this particular project, and just putting some gesso on. I didn't tape the bottom ones. I wasn't sure. I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't do that. But I want some of the stuff to be seen, but if it comes out, it comes out. It'll just be whatever. It's in the hands of the art. Whatever, you know, the way it goes here. So, knocking my glue. I'm just going to dab a little bit like this, just get some color through. And there is some old paint on here, so hey, that helps. That's good. See? Some of that's coming out. So I'm just going to dry that up. I'm also going to throw some book paper on there. Okay, back to my cards, nice and dry. I did the other side. Remember, I did this side. Some paint came through for gesso. And I gessoed this side. I had an old cloth, some red blocked through, but I don't care. Now I'm going to use my Mod Podge, and I'm just going to throw some things on here from Happy Mail and stuff like that from people that I have received. And I'm going to have a blast putting this stuff on here. So, okay. One of the things I want to do is just tear some of these papers up and add them on here. So I had it all dry. What I did was I did a really damp sponge of whitewash of where I dipped. This water's all water and my gesso. And then I added a little bit of gold, Lumiere gold here, with my stick to the bottom of this and added some of that whitewash and white and gold. Now I'm going to do that. What I did do the whitewash. You can see I dried it all, and I did that before I started the video. I also added the washi tape from Josie's, and I just added that on after I was waiting for the video to upload. It kind of just came across to me that I wanted it on there. So I'm just going to do kind of a wet wash of the gold. I thought it would be nice to have some of that on. We'll see how it turns out. I'm going to go a little bit over their faces so I can see a little bit more of it and some of the things I want to see. And just dry that up. I might be covering it up a little bit more than I want to be. I could just rub it over. It's a little bit of a damp cloth, so I can go over some of it and really get whatever I want back coming up here. So I got some of that gold in there. Let's see if I could dry it a little bit more now. I might add more, I don't know. It just might not be gold enough for me. I might just add some with my finger and try to avoid some of the spots that I want. Yeah, I think I'm going to go a little bit with my finger. And just try to just get it here and there. Not to try to go too crazy with it. I like the gold. I always loved the gold, so. Going crazy a little bit, but I don't think I'm going too crazy. There we go. We'll see. We'll see how that works. It's pretty good. I still want to see everything. Yeah, it's got that really good. You can see from my angle, it's a little bit of an angle, so you can see that sheen there. That's my angle when I'm looking down at it from my side of the table. I'm going to dry it up a bit. Lovely texture, visual. Looks like the best journal page ever or something like collage. And I think it's really cool. Remember, we did this on the cards. So what I'm going to do now is grab my ruler and my straight edge. And recall that we're making paper dolls. Paper walking arts, really, if it was walking art. So I'm going to try to not bump the camera with my head by looking over and try to split these cards. Now the tape down here I added a little bit later because I realized I didn't add some, so I can just take that off. No problem. The other tape does have paint on it. If it comes off, it comes off. It's not a big deal. It is Scotch tape. Usually I use washi tape, so then it's decorative, but I wasn't too worried about it. I was kind of just wanting the back to stay kind of not so decorative as the front. I might add some gold, but we'll see. That could be just later on thing. So, now this tape is sticking to me. Scotch tape is really good. Good tape. So now I'm just going to try line up these. Best as I can. Now I have my cards separating. Did I do these ones? Well, I must have not cut through this tape very well. There we go. So if you didn't get it the first time, let's go over it a little bit more. So this is my, my way of doing my quick and easy matching cards in a page form, and I don't have to, it doesn't take much to cut them. They're all measured out for me, and I just tape them together. So, and the reason why it's taking a little bit longer is just because I got to cut right through the stickers as well on the other side. So I'm just like trying to be careful. I don't want to pull the stickers up. Am I cutting the right side? Perfect. I love using the this technique and doing it with different things. The last time I did it for you guys, it was all paint and not collage. So this time it's collage. So it's a pretty different look, and it's pretty cool. You can have this one. It was the bottom of this girl, but it can be this way now, and it doesn't really matter because these cards are all individual cards now. So that's how they're looking. Now I just like to clean them up on the edges and start putting them together with some doll pieces. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean these up. Then next I'm going to stick these doll limbs to my cream page. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to keep them all up. Now the whites are going to be glued down because I'm doing everything all the same. I'm going to cut them all out for you. And then when I come back, you're going to have all these cut out. And then we're going to watercolor them so then they look like face skin of a person, but the body will be different. The body is going to be art, so they're going to be like walking art. So once you come back, that's what we're going to start working on. So now I have my limbs cut out and ready, and I glued them on the cream paper, and now I am just going to go with my watercolor crayons that I colored on this plexiglass. Yeah, it's like plexiglass or whatever. It's one of those. It's Martha Stewart. This is the one I just happened to use. I wanted to buy it for my jelly plate, but I think I'm going to be buying another one so I can keep my colors on and then have another one for my jelly plate. So I just put some cream on there. And I know it's really hard to see what I'm doing. I'm full of paint. But I'm putting some creams. It's not cream. It is the skin tone in this kit here. This one right here. The peach in this kit. And I'm just putting it all on my edges and kind of pulling it into the center. And then when I clip them together, I will have my shaded areas where I kind of know where it should be shaded, and I will put some browns in. So that's what I'm doing here, is just adding that with my water pen. This one's a Tim Holtz water pen, water paintbrush thing, and at first it was really weird for me to use. I was not getting used to it, but it didn't take me too long, and then I'm like, oh, okay, this is working better for me. So I really do love it now. I don't know if it, like, I'll try different brands, but I do enjoy having the water brush pen. This one my son bought me for Mother's Day, and it was like $16 and change at Michael's, so it's a lot of money. So I'm going to look at other brands as well to see how well they work. So then, you know, I can have a variety or more on hand. So it's just kind of giving it more pigment, and that's all I want right now. It's not necessarily a lot of color, but it's just on the cream, and I always use cream, especially for skin tones and stuff, so I always use the cream cardstock. I always buy the cream cardstock every time I'm almost at Michael's. Almost every time I will buy cream because it's just so handy to have. So now I have these somewhat ready, but they're not going to be all the way shaded. I have this tool here is what to make holes. It's used for leather and whatnot as well. But I use it for this crimping or whatever this is called, because it was at Princess Auto for very cheap. The whole set was under $10 or just, you know, just $10 for the whole set. Came with rivets or whatever these things are called, and these two tools for under $10. I am happy having that. Whereas I think just the crocodile thingamajiggy, it was in its 30s something. When I first looked at it to buy it, I was shocked at the price. So I was like, no. So I do have to buy more of these. I used quite a few of them because I made a few paper dolls already. But hey, I got the whole set for that price. I'm very happy. So remember, I was going to use this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this as kind of a guide to make it look not too out. Kind of a guide of where I want to put my limbs. So if I were to put this normally on here, I would have her leg like this right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to place her leg right here and use this as a guide. Somewhat of a guide of where I want her leg. So it's just so then I can kind of make it not too crazy one way or the other. So I'm going to put, like my practice one here that I'm keeping for myself, I am going to use probably the gold. I'm going to put the smoother side on the front of the card. And I probably actually will remove the leg and put it in the back. It's just like this. I usually put the thigh behind the body. So it'll be like this. So I kind of, like I said, wanted to make it proportion to its body, or their body. So I put this little nubbin end towards the sharp back part of this and squish it down. And we have it just like that. So now I have that. I'm going to see, this is kind of right where I wanted it. I could have moved it a bit more over, but whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be somewhat not crazy, too crazy. For me. Just like that. That same color? Nope, that's not gold. It's brass color. Yep.
Are we too poor for bandits?
I'm in the middle of a video. So here are the guys. Here's one without the paint to show you what it looks like. And I know I kind of did a choppy video. This was a video over days because of the nature of having just so much to do and kids and whatever. But this is it. So I showed you guys how I was doing this, punching it out with my tools, and I got it like this. So now I could put it in a pocket letter to mail out to friends, and it won't get damaged. So now I just have the choice on how, see? How to put it in here like this, and it will probably have to put the head in first or whatever, and it will store in a pocket letter like that. So that was my whole idea for the ATC. I thought it would be really cool and neat way to have a different type of ATC for this particular swap I have. That's actually in Australia, and I'm swapping, and the theme was paper dolls, so why not? ATC paper dolls is kind of a difficult thing, so I was thinking this is the way I've thought about throwing it in there, since I was actually doing a paper doll swap just before this came up. So it was kind of interesting. I was already playing with the paper dolls. So that is that. So I hope you guys like it. I'm not sure if I'm putting faces on them or not. I still haven't made that decision. But these are my ATCs. So I have a few more left, and I don't know if I, remember to trace this. I traced them onto the cream page to get easy enough to paint the cream and the skin color on there. And these are my ATCs that are left, and I still probably will do some for myself. So hope you guys like that project and give it a try. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Thumbs up and subscribe and all those kind of nice things. I'm not really good at doing all this. This is so I know it's kind of a choppy video, but it's been pieces by pieces putting it up and slower process than I'm used to because I'm not using my iPad. I am using the webcam. So, yeah. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.